Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family around the world, it's Greg.
And it's Matt.
And guys,
Happy New Year!
Happy 2023!
Oh my gosh, it's the first episode that we are back.
We are back, baby. We survived the holidays.
Did.
We survived illness.
Yes.
We survived horrible family drama.
Oh, yes.
Everything's been survived, and we're back here to bring you the low-quality content that you've come to expect, nay, desire.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I have missed this podcast.
I really have too.
Yeah.
Like legitimately seeing you every week was a big part of my schedule. Like doing this,
exactly.
It helped me like maintain normalcy and like feel good about myself. The last couple of weeks, I've just been like aimless.
It's been very weird.
I've been able to keep track of what day it is or like what's going on or anything. Plus, you know, I just miss you, man.
I know. Me too. And that means this year we're going to be not taking a break probably, but we'll find out.
Well, you know,
we'll see.
At some point, one of us will have a mental breakdown or something, or really bad existential crisis, or exactly, yeah. You know, like the millennial men that we are.
Absolutely. Well, I don't think we could have picked a better time to come back to do
it.
A podcast.
Really, we sort of nailed it, right?
I know. It's like everything was kind of dead, except there was, of course, drama. Actually, sorry. Before we start ranting, welcome to the Bottom Tier Podcast.
I'm Greg. He's Matt with the Bottom Tier, Flesh and Blood, blah blah blah.
We talk about Flesh and Blood and talk about it in a more casual space and kind of how we enjoy playing the game.
We like to keep it chill. We like to make sure that it's accessible.
Yeah.
We invite you to come join us in our world.
Yes. But with that, I mean, the only crazy drama that's been happening for the past like 2 weeks that isn't Flesh and Blood related is Wizards of the Coast related.
Oh my God, Wizards!
Holy yeah.
Guys, we're going off on a tangent for a second. Matt and I are both big D&D players.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen each other in like a month. Yeah. So, what the hell, bro?
Dude, I honestly, like, at first, like, with Magic, I was like, oh, wow, that sucked. Like, that's just a cash
it's
grab.
Rough.
Skeevy,
yeah.
Like, skeevy cash grab.
Oh, 100%. Pure greed motivation.
Dude, crank that to 11. And
absolutely.
You got what's going on with D&D where
Absolutely.
they are just rejecting like their own contracts.
It's insane, dude.
It's going to ruin a lot of businesses.
The entire community is going to fall apart because of this. Like, especially in the last couple of years between the pandemic and everything like that. Like, and we see this in Flesh and Blood too. Brought it back around. Yeah. That like, you know, during these sort of periods, you when you don't have a lot that you can necessarily like go out and do, you find other people to do something with.
Yeah.
And doing something like a card game or like a tabletop RPG, you can do it online, you can do it in person, maintain distance and all that jazz. So as we've all seen, this community has grown. Their community has grown, and it's been phenomenal. But the rug just gotten pulled out from under the entire thing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because for our channel, I had a huge idea that I'll present to you now, but I don't know if we're going to go. Well, we're going to find a different way to do it. But I mean, we have talks of doing a Flesh and Blood doing a
like a single player PvP sort of
like kind of more
PvE.
Like a kind of more of a tabletop-y game. And so I was like, how about we just like bypass it and just go ahead and play in Wraith with a D&D campaign and like do a monthly thing for it.
Oh my God, that'd be so much fun. But not D&D anymore.
I don't know if we should do D&D. So we got to think about another platform we want to do that. But if you're interested in that, please hit us up in the comments if that would be something you'd want
totally
to
let us know. Because really, like, if even one person says, yeah, do it,
then
we're probably going to do it.
Yeah. And of course, like, we can always use like, this is just for the one D&D that's coming out. We can always use 5th edition still and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll
5th Ed or Pathfinder or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, not a Pathfinder?
Not a Pathfinder fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if I want
Gamma
to spend
World it is then.
5 hours making a character, I don't want to do
I'll just play D&D version 2. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, cool.
I know what a Thaco is. You know what a Thaco is.
I know what a Thaco is, yeah. Not fun is what Thaco is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that acronym is.
Yeah. So, that was kind of crazy. But lo and behold, the light at the end of the tunnel, we got Legendary Story Studios, whatever. I think that is LSS, presenting us with probably the most exciting draft thing I've ever seen.
Dude, I'm all set. Outsiders, everybody.
Outsiders.
If you have not checked out the little pseudo preview drop that they did, you need to go on fabtcg.com right now and flippin' do it, because it looks like it's going to be great. Matt's pulling up the info right now for specifics, but if you haven't checked this out yet,
we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you right now, brand new draftable set coming out in mid-March. Very, very exciting. Good side set as well. The biggest thing for us, and hopefully for you guys too, is that it's actually going to be a draftable set, and it's going to contain 6 flipping heroes, man.
6 heroes, yeah.
6 heroes.
I think the main thing is this kind of shows us that LSS is like listening to its player base.
Yeah.
Because Uprising was well received, but after a while, it was like, done, you know, like
Uprising was definitely good. It had a shelf life.
It was a fast burn because it was just like this drafting.
Fast burn.
Yeah, it was just the drafting was not as fun because you couldn't pivot so hard or you couldn't really like change things up.
It pretty quickly got to a point of being solved, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you knew if you drew this card and this card, you had to play this hero. If somebody else is, you know, if a lot of people are playing Phi, then you have to play Icelander or something like that.
Yep.
So, like, it was fixed. But this one,
this
one's going to pop.
Get ready. We're going to read it right now.
Let's go.
Outsiders is a standalone booster set that takes you down into the pits, a sprawling web of underground caverns and canals home to all manner of backstabbing and skullduggery.
My kind of people.
Outsiders is the first Flesh and Blood draftable set to feature multiple heroes within each class, making it the most dynamic draft experience yet. You're drafting Assassin, but are you Arachne or Uzuri? You're drafting Ranger, but are you Azalea or Riptide? You're drafting Ninja, but are you Katsu or Benji? Each hero has their own strengths, strategies, and card preferences. You'll find yourself wanting to draft Outsiders again and again to explore the depths of the pits has to offer. So, if you paid attention, we have 2 drops there of 2 heroes we have never heard of before.
2 brand new heroes, Uzuri the Assassin and Riptide the Ranger.
So Riptide, Lurker of the Deep, and Uzuri, Switchblade. And what's interesting, too, is Arachne isn't the same Arachne.
No,
we just got Arachne. It's an Arachne solitary confinement. And the reason we know it's different is they haven't shown us any of the text of these heroes yet. Mm-hmm. And Arachne's health is 19 instead of 20 and 38 instead of 40.
So what the hell are they doing, man?
I don't know.
What is this?
I have no idea.
I'm so confused by this.
Yeah. So
it's cool. I'm super excited to see like some variants in the heroes come in.
Yeah.
Because it provides a really good template for how they could re-release like Chain or Prism or something further down the line.
Yeah. And there's an interesting theory with that because a lot of people are speculating that this set was going to have a Chain or Prism, but a lot of people now have kind of band together the tinfoil hats and they're like, this is actually the perfect excuse for their next classic battle set to just be like, here's the new Chain and Prism.
That would be great,
Chain
actually.
versus Prism.
That would be fantastic. That would solve like every single problem.
That would solve the issue of it not selling very well because people will definitely just go buy it to pick up Chain and Prism.
I would.
And then you get to have the test run with the new mechanics against a friend.
Yeah, with
the predetermined deck.
Would be brilliant. This is one of the rare opportunities. I'm really hoping that the tinfoil hat people are correct.
Yeah.
Because that's something that I need in my life, man.
Yeah. But that's off topic.
Yeah.
With that, we have Azalea. You'll recognize 3 other names. Azalea, Katsu, Benji are also added in here. Their abilities aren't changed. They're going to be the same, which is really interesting. So we're not going to get like Azalea star of the show. It's going to be...
Can you imagine Azalea with access to all of the elements?
I know, right? Well, I mean, what I mean by that is we're not having another like star of a situation. But it seems like Azalea is going to be purposely getting support along with Riptide, who is a ranger that involves traps.
Which is so fun to actually be able to play like a full control ranger.
Is going to be exciting.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited. And then, of course, we have another Assassin, Uzuri, which means it's going to have a little bit different mechanics with the Arachne, too. Arachne's going to have different mechanics. So we're excited to see what we do with the Assassin's class. I mean, it'll be more fleshed out. And Ninja's in the set again. That's
Ninja's in the set again.
That's like the 3rd major ninja thing in a row.
Yeah.
Because we had Phi with all the ninja stuff.
Yeah.
And then the last set had literally like, oh, we're going to go Tiger.
A whole new archetype.
Tiger.
Yeah.
And now we're getting ninjas again, which is kind of crazy. Ninja's getting a lot of support.
Ninja's getting a lot of support, a lot of love. I was initially a little disappointed when I read the heroes in the ninja, sort of context specifically.
Yeah.
Because it's just reprints. It's Benji and Katsu, who we've had for a little while now.
But with that, go ahead.
But like you said, we've been on this like ninja kick, so I'm pretty okay with it. And this also gives them the opportunity, a brilliant opportunity, to give us an adult Benji.
Yep, which I think we're gonna get.
Which I really hope so. I really hope that we're gonna get adult Benji.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna get adult Benji, which is huge. And that creates another ninja out there in the playing field. But that also like we don't see a lot of Katsu and Benji support.
Not like at all, honestly.
Like you have the Katsu player that's like really good and undefeated. That's awesome, you know. But like most ninjas, you're gonna see as Fi now. And so I think
Ira occasionally. Yeah.
This is gonna be like here's two ninjas that aren't there very often, and we're gonna be like, here you go, and it's gonna be awesome.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, I got ninja stuff, so that means I can stick in that route.
Right, exactly. Yeah. There's a second part to this announcement as well, though. Before we get too into just talking about the heroes.
Well, we're not done with heroes though.
Okay, all right, fine, man.
Because there's one more thing.
Okay, all right, fine, man.
Last time in Uprising, we only had 2 blitz decks.
Correct.
Now we have every hero gets a blitz deck.
Which about damn time.
That's 6 blitz decks.
Yeah.
So that's actually really good for new players.
It's a phenomenal entry for new players. It's a great opportunity for more experienced players who are looking for particular cards, but don't necessarily want to pay, a single sort of price, or they're more like a bulk type card that they can't necessarily get their hands on that easily. So you can just go out and pick up your blitz deck instead of waiting to, for it to ship from online or something. Have it in hand ready to go. Pick a couple up for your friends. Holidays are coming up.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Holidays are coming up.
Hey, man, Easter's right there. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. But anyways, now to the cool stuff. What were you going to say?
Okay. There's a second part to the announcements and outsiders. The heroes, the draftable, flipping phenomenal. The thing that blew my mind. Nice little snap there, man.
So excited.
The thing that blew my mind was that this is the first set where they're doing hybrid class cards. A card that has 2 different classes on it, so you can play it in either deck.
Yep.
I am ready.
I'm excited. So here we go. Outsiders introduces new hybrid cards that can be played in 2 different classes. Hybrid cards enhance the drafting experience, allowing you to keep your options open. The 3 most iconic hybrid cards from Outsiders appear as Marvel research notes that perhaps hold the answers to the origins of the 3 deadly diseases that plague the inhabitants of the pits. This makes me stoked.
Yes.
Because it's going to be really, really cool with the hybrid and being able to switch things in draft.
Oh, massive flexibility.
Those Marvels are
my God, dude. Okay, look, I grew up on horror movies and stuff like that. I'm a massive fan of the Evil Dead series. And that Marvel, guys, if go look it up right now and you'll see what I'm saying. That Marvel looks like it's a page out of the Necronomicon.
It does. It's
it's freaking boss.
It's called the Codex of Frailty.
Codex of Frailty. That's a metal as shit name,
yeah, it's
man.
So cool. And the art has this skeleton and stuff on
like anatomical
paper.
drawings and stuff on that old vellum that's aged and everything.
It's so cool. The card says, might as well read it. Each hero puts an attack action card from their graveyard face down into their arsenal. Each hero that does discards a card. Create a ponder token under your control and a frailty token under each opponent's control. Go again. So we don't know what frailty is.
No idea, but it's probably going to be pretty neat.
But we do get a ponder.
And ponder's good. I like ponders.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like we're going to have some really cool stuff. And I don't know how Flesh and Blood does it, but every time they announce a set, it just gets me hyped.
Right? Every single time. We just came off Dynasty, a month ago? And, we're already at the point where, the fire's coming back up again. It's there. It's waiting.
I know.
It's 2 months from now.
I will give a complaint though. Dynasty did not keep me as stoked as Uprising.
No, Dynasty, it peaked really high, right at release time for a week or so. And then I feel and leave some thoughts in the comments if you feel differently or if you agree with us. But it seems like it just dropped off super fast. People were still talking about Uprising a couple of months later, when Dynasty was coming out. And we did this too.
Yeah.
We were comparing it to Uprising. We're, continuing to talk about Uprising through that entire period. Nobody's talking about Dynasty anymore. Not at the same, we need these cards from Dynasty, or, oh my God, it's such a great set. It is a great set, but the hype is gone now.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm glad we got a class and Arachne and all that stuff, but this makes me more excited for that, which is great. And, however, Dynasty's really cool because like it was just a supplemental set. So I mean, we're not going to talk about it at length because we're not in it all the time. Like
it's not the primary thing. It's there to fill in some gaps and provide some support. But ultimately, the main sets with the ones that have the full draftable spectrum and everything, I think those are the ones that just by nature people are going to be a little bit more interested in for a longer period of time because it has more of a payoff.
Yeah.
Once you have all the cards you want from Dynasty, there's not much more to talk about there. Except maybe finding like a Marvel or something like that of a weapon or something that you like.
Yeah.
But that's that's nitty gritty collector stuff. That's not broad sort of mainstream like playing and deck building and all that kind of thing. So interesting dichotomy there a little bit. I'm a little nervous, honestly. LSS is talking about like increasing the production of sets and everything. I'm kind of worried that there's not going to be enough time between the different sets for us to really, explore them, let the hype die a little bit and really dig into the cards and let the hype start building up again for the new set when it comes out a few months later. Up until this point, I feel like they've done pretty good at like spacing them out far enough where we can still get excited about it, like really genuinely, rather than more like the Magic the Gathering sort of thing where it's just like, oh boy, what's today's set?
I don't think they're going to, and James White has come out and talked about it where they purposely want to make sure it's a little bit longer so we can actually taste the set. And so they do have a plan of being like draft, supplement, draft.
Which I think is perfect.
And right now I think they're doing 3 a year. But I think they're talking about maybe doing once a quarter.
Yeah.
Which I'm honestly like, with how fast this game is growing, I think does make sense.
And just really, it seems like a good sort of cadence. You have the set release, you have 3 months to dig into it, to really enjoy it. And then you have the next set come out. And it's a supplemental set. It helps the previous set, all the other previous sets, just sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a specific word I'm looking for.
It just go into rotation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it just kind of,
And then the process continues. And so it seems like a really good cycle of like hype to low to hype to low. And it's just like a really comfortable sort of like undulation. But if we get to the point where it's like, here's a set, and in a month, here's another set, and in a month, here's another set.
I don't think we'll ever get that bad. But I mean,
who knows?
That's like the famous last words,
Right.
But I don't ever think that. I think James White has like, if they just look at their competitor and just see what's going on there, they can just be like, we're not ever going to do that. Because like you can see that outcry of people who are like in it.
Yeah.
Like sure you have people that are like insane and like going every month and doing that stuff and like stoked on it. But you can also see the majority of the fandom being like, no. Like I can't even like compete.
Every community has those outliers who are just like way into it. And good on them. Like rock and roll. Live your freaking life, man.
Yeah.
But for most people, like that's not the way they do it. I think part of the problem is that other properties are marketing more towards those like outside numbers because they tend to be louder.
Yeah.
Rather than the more mainstream thing. So I don't know. It's interesting, and as Flesh and Blood continues to grow the way that it has been, especially as we're we're working through the year 3, coming up on year 4 in about 9 months or so. As they start hitting that point, it starts to hit a point of maturity.
Yeah,
and you can go kind of one of two ways, I think, there. You can either like keep up what's been going and just keep delivering the really good like impact and letting it grow kind of a little bit more slowly, a little bit more organically, or you can super ramp it up. You can just shove a bunch of product in people's faces and make it look all glitzy and glammy. And
I think they're ramping up a little bit just because like the player base is ramped up. Like this is the most players they've ever had. It's matured that way too, where it's consistently gotten growth. And so with that, they finally got the feedback they needed because Uprising was like listening to them, people drafting, being like, okay, now here's Uprising. Okay, this is kind of like this. So now we're doing 6 heroes and we're going to see how that goes. And then they're fine tuning the drafting to be able to last because if you think about it, they are doing the draft, supplement, draft. That means we wait 6 months drafting the same set for 6 months. So they're trying to find a way to make sure that they can keep us interested for 6 months with one set.
Which is tricky.
Which is huge and tricky. And so we're going to be able to go from there. And hopefully it's successful. I'm excited to have 6 different heroes because that means
I really am too.
That's 6 weeks of trying something different every time.
Right, exactly. That's even before you get into hybrid cards and the generic versus class specific versus if any of them are talented or anything.
Yeah.
Like the possibilities get sort of nuts when you stop and look at it.
Yeah.
And LSS has done a great job of sort of managing our expectations, making sure that there's not too long between sets or anything. I just really want to see him keep that up.
Yep. So I'm excited. This is going to be this great news.
Too.
We're going to be able to see what's going on and just have some support for heroes we haven't seen in a very long time.
And sort of on that, everybody, we need your help.
Oh.
We really want a spoiler card.
Hey.
So get out there. Tweet the man himself. Go to his house. Knock on his door. Don't go to his house. Don't knock on his door. Don't do anything that we ever tell you to do. Get us that spoiler card, everybody. We'll do something super special. It'll be great. I had something planned that was better than this to say.
That is so
but
shameless.
I don't care, man. You know what? It's been a rough holiday season. I just got over being real freaking sick. I don't care. I want this, Matt. And I don't care who knows that I want it.
Hey, we're excited because this year you're going to start seeing things happen because locally here, with our YouTube page, is what I'm saying, is we're going to be more active on it. Starting this Saturday, we'll be going live because we are doing our Pro Quest, which is huge. So we'll be live there. You'll be watching our games. I don't know if it's going to be sporadic or just like one long drawn out live stream. I think I might just do each match that starts, play it live, and then each match after that, we'll be able to play it live. Depending how long my phone lives and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you can tune in for that. Won't be any commentary right off the bat, but you'll be able to actually get to see some unique matches on camera, which is really cool.
And it's a Pro Quest. Everyone's going to be there with their best stuff. They're going to be coming to win, so it's good. It's going to be good. Regardless of anything else, it's going to be high level matches between high level players, really showing you what the game can do.
Absolutely. So hope you can tune in for that, and then we'll start having our weekly videos come out again afterwards. So it is the time for us to get a spoiler card. Absolutely.
100%.
And we're going to get there eventually. That's a goal we have for 2023.
We will
get one in
eventually.
2023.
I think so too.
Yeah, we will get one in 2023.
I hope so.
Even if it's a card like, here's your card, and it's just a printed, here's your card from James White. I'd be stoked. Like, oh, cool. It does nothing for me, but I have a card.
Bronze bauble.
Yes.
Pitch for one.
You get the, really cracked bauble.
Broken bauble.
Bottom tier bauble.
Man, legitimately, that would be freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I would love that.
If this is the last card in your deck, you win.
Talk about a meta-defining card. Oh my lord! Well, man, it's really fun to be doing this with you again.
I know
man.
it's awesome.
I just need to say that one more time. This is a heck of a lot of fun. I hope that you folks out there are having a good time too. Chilling out here with Matt, with Matt and Greg, and I had something else, but it fell out of my ears.
You know what?
No.
Let's go to our recurring segment. Greg.
Is it time?
It's time for lessons learned.
Lessons learned, everybody.
Yeah. So every week we go over lessons learned, the lesson that we learned these past, maybe over this break of in Flesh and Blood, and what it is. So, Greg, do you have any lessons learned from the past few weeks?
Ooh, honestly, I have some bigger picture stuff I can talk about.
Okay,
but
yeah.
I honestly I haven't played the game except for the couple of games we played a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
In a month. I've been on a long break. I haven't looked at any articles. I haven't watched any videos. I haven't engaged with anybody on this. I haven't even thought about it until a couple of days ago. So I'm a little rusty. I'm a little out of it. But kind of through that, I had, kind of a really interesting revelation. When I, right around the holidays, when I sort of, started a little bit of a break, I was feeling just really burnt out on a lot of things. I just started a new job. I was getting used to that.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of personal stuff going on. And I was just I was having a hard time keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
So I took a little bit of a break from Flesh and Blood, took a little bit of a break from some other things too, and just sort of, spent a couple of weeks kind of recharging, spent a lot of time with my partner and the cats and all that kind of stuff. And then a couple of days ago, I'm just sort of, I'm working, I'm just processing some stuff. And my brain just goes, hey, what if you did this with this hero? which started the whole process back over again. The wheels started kind of rolling again. And I realized that I was actually getting burnt out on Flesh and Blood. I was actually to that point where it was more of an imposition to think about it or to participate in it than I was actually getting entertainment out of it, you know? Which was it was kind of a face smack for me, you know? Because, you know, you and me both is on this show in person in the local community and everything. We're big proponents of just have fun.
Yeah.
Just have a good time with it. If you're not having a good time with it, what are you doing? And I wasn't having a good time. And it took stepping away from it for a little while to fully realize the impact that it was having on me. So I guess that's just a really long way of saying my lesson is, you know, don't be afraid to recharge. Take a step back, take stock of yourself. And just know thyself, you know? Understand where you are with it and what you're getting out of it. And if the math doesn't work out, take a little bit of a break. See if it comes back to you. It came back to me. I've got like 3 or 4 really interesting deck ideas, I think.
Oh, that's awesome.
I built one today. You played against it.
Yep.
Not, you know, super far out of sort of the orthodox, but interesting enough that it kept you on your toes a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I'm getting back into it. I'm feeling the fire build up again a little bit, which is really, really nice. So lesson learned, just chill out, man. Chill out.
I love it. I honestly, I think all of us during the holiday season, I'm pretty sure the viewership could tell too, is everyone was just kind of like in a lull. Even LSS was like, hey, no winners. Like, let's not be sweaty this month. Because
everybody gets a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Everyone needs to recharge, you know? So it was a month of just playing for fun and being weird and just like, oh, I'm playing this weird deck. Like, okay, cool. That sounds fun. And it's really cool because at the beginning of the year, it was like, cool. It's time to kind of like, ProQuest is here. It's time to get a little bit more serious and sweaty again, all that stuff. I showed up to an event that used to run Draft and CC, and I showed up on the day I thought was like Classic Constructed.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we switched it to Blitz now. I was like, oh, crap.
Damn. I didn't bring my Blitz deck.
I was like, I don't have a Blitz deck. Like, I honestly don't, which is kind of funny because I was like, such a main proponent of like, I like Blitz better than whatever. And now I'm like, I like Classic Constructed way better than I turned into one of those guys. But so I made a quick like botchy.
Threw something together, yeah.
I played. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go make Phi as a Blitz deck. And sorry, it's a long tangent off of what you said.
No, you're good,
going to
man.
make Phi off of a Blitz deck. And just, I'm not even going to do like an optimal Phi with like Art of War. A, because I don't own Art of War, but B,
good reason.
Because I was like, I just want to do a Phoenix Form Blitz deck.
Heck yeah, man.
And be dumb. Like, it's just,
right?
It's not even going to be good. And so I have this Phoenix Form Blitz deck now that I have for Blitz Night that's just all Draconic. And now my Phi is no longer Classic Constructed. It's just Blitz, which is fun. So yeah, you're right. Like afterwards I like focused on deck building. I did a couple changes. My brain's been thinking more. I think it was just the world just being like, it's the holidays. Let's take a break from things and you can go forward from there.
Sometimes you got to put it down so you can pick it back up.
Yep. Absolutely. So that's a great lesson learned. I loved it.
Thanks, man. What about you? What words of wisdom do we have from Matthew today?
Well, my lesson learned might be more me because
lesson's a lesson, baby. Go for it.
Rune blades suck, dude. That's my lesson.
No, you suck.
So I just played Briar, right?
Yeah,
dude,
you did.
Rune blades.
Okay,
so here's
Rune blades are very easy. Okay, you play a non-attack action, you play an attack action with go again, you swing the sword.
Okay, yes, you're right. You're right. However, you can be on a roll and be like, I got the lines. I'm doing that. I got it. Like I played well just now.
Yeah,
but also
absolutely.
You could be like, oh, I got this in the bag. We're 2 HP away. I took all this damage because I'm being aggressive. Rune blade. Blah blah blah. Draw a hand. Oh, 4 non-attack actions.
Nice.
Rune blades suffer from being a rune blade, dude.
one of the drawbacks to Runeblade, one of the things you have to play around is sometimes you get a dead hand. Briar especially. Briar is super prone to just getting just garbage hands, and then the momentum is completely gone.
So anyways, that doesn't help anything. Runeblades suck, dude.
Runeblades don't suck. And
No.
I would present to you a couple of pieces of evidence to support this position of mine. How many Runeblades are living legended right now?
I know. Briar's about to hit there.
Briar's 3 points away.
I guess the proper way to say it is Runeblades aren't for me. And,
there you go.
But also, like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, it's so annoying. Like, those problems, like, good on you for making that class living legend, because that's insane. You know, like, I am not a fan of the inconsistency of just being like, cool, now I have a dead hand. So congrats on winning. That's great. You know, like, I can't even, like, I'll pitch and Rosetta you for 2.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I wonder if he can stop 2 damage.
So it's just kind of like it wasn't for me on that aspect.
But you have to admit that when your lines hit, when the Runeblade really starts cooking, it feels great.
I know. It's like the lines are gross. Like, all of a sudden you're just
they kind of are. You're
here
not
you
lying.
go. Like, I just presented 20 damage in commoner. You know, like, it's
3 cards, 20 damage, no big deal.
It's gross. Like, I can see it. I mean, you can see the lines in any class that can go wide like that too. But it's just like with that, it was just, I don't know if Runeblades are for me, but I respect the game.
And see, now to step back from me being a Runeblade guy and making a bunch of jokes at your expense and everything, talk a little bit about the lesson. This is one of the most, every hero is going to work with every person.
No.
I mean, simple fact. People's minds work in different ways. People have different play styles. What you do with, I would hero. So, I mean, yeah, it's good to know what you like, but it's equally important to know what you don't like. Eliminating things off of the list just makes it that much more manageable.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy the feel of Runeblade too much, which is interesting because it's like it's really popular, right?
People love the Runeblades.
I've given my hand in Viscerai, understand it more, which is good. I do think you need to play Briar now and Commoner. And
are you
sorry, there's just
just
a second. Hold for a moment as we check to see our audio is recording. And our audio recorded.
Yes, it did.
Right, sorry about that. We have this thing that kind of shows us like the audio waveform, and it just was like a dead line. I was like, well,
hopefully we got this podcast.
Poopy.
And as it turns out, we did. Yay!
So back at it, like Briar, Viscerai, Runeblades, awesome. Like I'm stoked for you if you enjoy playing that. Just not for me. Like I found out that like I do enjoy the fast pacedness of Ninja because I feel like you can be able to. I think hitting those lines is more difficult, surprisingly, because it feels more like accomplishment when you're like, here is like 5 things, and it all paired off of that first one to be able to do this last thing, and I like that, you know, like it's. And that's like,
Illusionists are fun,
and I think that might be because like that's like the one deck where it's like I'm just gonna present to you like I almost feel like I'm in control of this whole game the whole time, and I'm just gonna present to you these problems and you figure it out.
Right, exactly.
It feels like that, which I enjoy too. So I guess that might be aggro. I don't know, but I'm just like,
you're
here's this.
You're definitely a faster paced, more aggro sort of player. But that doesn't mean that you can't do a little control too.
Yeah, Illusionist is so freaking control. It's dumb.
Oh my god, it's
so dumb.
I really do like Illusionist though.
Yeah, that's probably I talked about being like Levia in ProQuest, but it might end up being Jeremiah. So
it honestly, you probably should.
Yeah. So that might be what happens. Who knows?
Right? We'll find out.
You'll find out Saturday on the live stream.
Right? Exactly. It'll be great. Be there. Be there on the YouTube.
Be there or be square.
Bottom tier on YouTube.
Yeah. With that, guys, like we're so excited to be back for 2023. We got big goals. And if you have any topics you want to talk about this next year, I know this is kind of more of a news dump episode of we're so excited for Outsiders and we're
news
back.
Dump, riffy sort of thing. Yep. Yeah.
But next week we want to be able to start hitting some topics that you guys want to hear. So just hit us up in the comments on YouTube, or you can send us. I guess you can send us a tweet.
You can email us. You can tweet us. You can throw a brick through our house's windows.
Yep. Only on Greg's house though. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have 2 windows. Whoever breaks them first gets a super special mystery prize.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. The cops.
The very best gift of all, nobody said ever.
But yeah, you could email us over at bottomtierpod@gmail.com, I believe it is, or at bottomtierpod on Twitter. You can message us there, and we will be able to know what you guys want to hear and learn more about in a casual way. More Commoner stuff is coming out. Commoner Cup's going to be next week. We'll be recording some stuff for that as well.
It's very exciting.
So it's going to be pretty cool, and we're going to have a lot of great stuff this year.
And then hopefully in the next couple of weeks, Matt and I have the chance to sit down and actually schedule some stuff out, and we'll be able to, hopefully one way or the other, let you guys know sort of the stuff that we're looking at doing this year.
Yeah.
Whether or not we get to all of it, whether or not we nail everything, we probably won't. We understand how this works. We're excited to put our best foot forward for you guys. We're excited to do it for ourselves as well.
Yep.
Because I really enjoy doing this. Matt really enjoys doing this.
Yep.
And we're happy that you've joined us on this journey. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll be updating a couple of different places with some information. But the podcast, of course, is your primary resource for all things bottom tier, all 17 of you. The YouTube channel is a good secondary place for the 6 people who check that out. And for everybody else, there's Elon Musk's vanity project.
There you go. I love that. Also, let us know about if you want to have Flesh and Blood D&D type podcast in your ear holes. That'd be great.
You could have said that any other way. Literally any other
Ear
way.
holes,
But you came out here and you chose violence.
I constantly do that.
Monster.
Constantly do that. Anyways, guys, as always, my name's Matt.
And I'm Greg. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on the Bottom Tier. Brand new edition for 2023. We're really looking forward to the rest of this year with you guys. As always, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And we will see you here next time.